Alrighty, hello everybody. Today we are going to be talking about my first ever luxury purchase from over a year ago, and I really want to talk about its capacity, its wear. This is a great bag, so it might be a long video because I have used this so much, but I hope you enjoy. If you're new here, thanks for joining us. I do a lot of videos on luxury, and particularly luxury in a colder climate whenever that is applicable. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I would love it if you subscribed, and then let me know in the comments so I can come say hi, because I always like to meet those who are joining this little community. So let's get into it. This bag, you can see, maybe you can't see, I don't know what's in the camera, but I've got a bunch of bags around me because I definitely want to compare this bag to some of my other ones, because this bag really, for what I paid for the function, it has been fantastic. So I'm now at a spot where I'm building out my collection so that I don't have just one bag to cover all my needs. I now have like a little bag, a big bag, that kind of thing. But I definitely was not in that position a year ago when I bought this. I was really skeptical of the whole luxury thing. So I actually got this bag on sale, and I've told a few sales associates that when I was in a Burberry afterwards, and they're like, "You did?" Because this bag does not look like one you'd get on sale. So it is this one. So I like it because it's black. I wear a lot of black. I just wanted something that was matchy. I don't know, I like Burberry. Their new stuff doesn't really hit home for me, but this Burberry vibe very much so, and like my sneakers, I do like the check print. I had somebody when I was young who I was quite fond of, and she was like one of the only people I knew who had anything luxury, and so I associated Burberry and her, so maybe that's why I have positive associations with it. But yeah, so it just has the check on the side. Otherwise it is black, top handle, as well as the strap. We're gonna talk about this strap because it quite honestly drives me nuts. And then the inside is all check as well. And then yeah, it's leather on the outside and then fabric on the inside. So I paid $10.50 before tax for this bag, and I believe regular price it was like $1,900. So I have a bad habit. I always say I'm not a sad shopper, I'm an angry shopper, which I think is probably not good, but I'm not somebody who gets like angry a lot, thank God. But I was in a mood that day, and I saw this on sale, and I was like, I'm buying it. And so I just bought it, and it was like the most ridiculous thing. I had never spent that much on a bag. I think like my nicest bag was like a Michael Kors one at the time. So I was like, okay, this is new territory, but my cost per wear on this now, I think I calculated it recently, and it is my lowest item of all my items because I used it for an entire year. But yeah, the cost per wear worked out awesome. They have re-released a slightly different version. It's pretty similar, and I will link it. And I think that one goes for like $1,400, $1,500. So they did drop the price from this one. I couldn't tell you exactly why. It's a little bit more rounded, but yeah, this bag, my brother, when I first got this bag and I was babying it, he put his shoes on the front of it in the car as a footrest with mud on them, and it just wiped off. This bag has literally gotten mud on it, and I don't want to say it's been trashed because I definitely took care of it, but the wear on it is phenomenal. I bought this bag, this Neverfull, a month ago, and I would argue that this one looks newer, even though I've worn this for an entire year. And then that brings me to the capacity. So this looks like a smaller bag. It's pretty, like, or at least in my opinion, it's definitely not like a mini bag, but it's close. And it fits a wild amount. So I wanted to do a bit of like a demonstration. So I have like added a few things to my Neverfull, but I basically fit in here everything that I fit in my Neverfull with the exception of like my iPad. So that's kind of what got me to finally buy a tote bag. Was I found myself leaving my iPad Pro in the car when I was going in for appointments and stuff like that, and for a variety of reasons that is not a good practice. So I did grab a bigger bag, and I'm really enjoying the tote bag life. But yeah, this bag fits so much. So I always had my wallet in there, my capucines, however we want to say it. That was in there. Burberry sunglasses in their case, fits. We will throw a key fob in. I did have like other keys attached to it so I can throw in my key clay. I don't particularly want to take it off the side. Keys go in. So this I think is like the only thing that like wouldn't fit, but it's not super full. So if I take everything out of it, everything fits. So I'm just gonna take a handful. This is like my health bag. It's kind of an absurd use for a Louis Vuitton product, but it suits my needs. So allergy meds, wipe, all fits. This, masks can go in. I don't know, my mini pochette, that like basically fits. So I've just like tossed everything in here. It is now heavy, but it like there's not a lot left. There's mittens and my key pouch left in my Neverfull. Everything else fit except for the actual catch-all, but it's now empty. So I'll be honest with you, I probably could stuff these in. I think they might fall out, but yeah, capacity wise, it like rivals my Neverfull, which surprised me. Which actually that brings me to my next thing, which is to compare it to my new Saint Laurent Toy Lulu. So in my head, the Toy Lulu is a more similar size to this than the Neverfull would be. And I am incredibly incorrect about that. I bought a mini bag for a reason, so I'm like by no means sad about this or bothered by it whatsoever. Even fits my EpiPen. But yeah, the mini, it is like the Toy Lulu is a mini bag. And so I by no means can fit in the Toy Lulu even close to what I can fit in this Burberry bag. So sunglasses, not a chance. I have seen people putting like sunglasses into their bags without their case on it. I mean, if I was in a bind, I might, but I really don't like doing that. So for me, like I said, when I unboxed the Toy Lulu, it's gonna be like a very specific bag. I'll probably use it just for like going out for dinner, maybe going to the mall, depends, but yeah, definitely not a bag that I bought for its capacity. So I did want to show you, now that we've seen what fits in this Burberry one, how much of it fits in my YSL Toy Lulu. So much to my surprise, this actually fit in it, but not fantastic. You kind of have to wiggle it in a very specific way. So it fits in one side. My phone is up there, so I'm not going to put that in. But it basically fit my phone and my wallet, and that's it. Key fob, sure, but the key fob was starting to, with my iPhone XS Max, my wallet, and my key fob, that was about it. So compared to everything that I shoved in here, there is not a lot of space in here, which brings me to why I bought this. So I think if you have a mini bag, you should get a mini wallet. And by that, I mean a key holder. So I unboxed this semi because it was for Christmas on my Christmas haul video. But now this can go in, key fob, and like what else would I I don't know. If I'm going out for dinner, I'm not gonna like bring the whole world with me. Yeah, like the mini pochette doesn't fit. The key clay would. But yeah, this is way more comfortable. I could very happily, easily, and this is the purpose of the bag, fit my phone in here with my key fob and just some important cards. So like honestly, if I'm going out for dinner, I'd probably just bring like my license and my credit card and nothing else, and that will be perfect here. So that I think is kind of an interesting little demonstration, because if we compare these side by side, like there's obviously a difference, but not a massive one. So this Burberry bag, it hasn't been getting as much love because I've been buying new bags and I love them too. But I think for a first luxury bag, this was one of the best bags. Like compared to my Neverfull, I would have chosen this every day. My Neverfull fills a different purpose. It's definitely more delicate, but like, yeah, I do not think this looks like it has been used over 365 times. The check makes it so that like, yeah, I took this out in the rain. I took this out anywhere, and the check literally still looks brand new on the inside. Same with the sides. But there is one thing about this bag that drove me nuts, and it's this strap. So it's very thick. It does not stay on your shoulder, and crossbody, it does not work either. So I'll try and take a mod shot, but like, particularly if you live somewhere where you're wearing a winter jacket, like I look like a fool every time I tried to take this. Like I'm sitting and it's like, that's it hanging. So yeah, if you are planning to get this bag, Burberry does not sell straps outside of their bags. I have asked, that's the answer I've been given. So be prepared to look on Etsy or something of the sort if you are interested in that. I realized I didn't mention it. I think this is the small size. But yeah, be prepared to buy a different strap because this is on the longest setting and it is not a good shoulder strap either. I'm not opposed to shoulder bags whatsoever. I prefer crossbody just for the versatility of it, but like I rarely, if ever, wore this crossbody, and it, yeah, just doesn't work that well. But yeah, as a shoulder bag, which I'm assuming is what this strap was designed for because of how long it is, no dice. I ended up carrying it top handle, which is pretty out of character for me, I would say, more often than not. So that's my one thing about this bag, is the strap. Otherwise, like if you, like I had cats sit on this bag, like I make it sound like these things get put through the ringer, but yeah, if you want a super carefree bag, this one I would recommend 10 times over. Everything that like could have happened, I've spilled in here. I've like shaken garbage out of it. Oh, something just fell out. See, prove my own point. But yeah, it's got little feet on it, so it does sit on the table if you want it to, but I found it a little bit obtrusive. When I was like out for dinner with a friend, I didn't want my bag to be like blocking our view. But yeah, so that is the Burberry, I think it's like small cap classic quilt, something like that. I'll link it, but for a bag that I got on sale for like $800 off, I genuinely like didn't need to buy another bag other than for the iPad thing. But yeah, if you are newer on the scene and you're looking for a bag and you're worried about all of this talk about the vachetta, you tell me, leather, this is your gal. The Burberry bags, in my experience, have held up great. Oh, there's one sign of wear. There's a tiny little snag on the quilt. But other than that, This is a gooder, and I would highly recommend it to anyone interested. Fits a ton, wears well, looks great. So I don't know what more you want. That does come in like a bigger size too if you're somebody who wanted an even bigger bag, but I found that one looked a little funny crossbody. But that's all I have for you on this bag. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you all have a lovely day.